Hello, welcome to Workforce Solutions Job Search Seminars, Module 4, Closing the Deal. The purpose of this module is to explain social media from employer's point of view, the basics of networking, how to leave positive lasting impressions, and negotiating. Lessons are digital footprint, your social media online presence, networking, lasting impressions, and negotiating salary and benefits. At the end of the module, you can check your understanding of the lessons and find a list of online job search resources. Before you start the lessons, determine whether each of the next 5 statements is true or false. Many companies review applicants' social media profiles. Networking, the act of inquiring about job opportunities, is an effective way to find employment. At an interview, it's okay to ask, what does this job pay and what are the benefits? Send thank you notes within a week of your interview. Sites for researching wage information to prepare for negotiations include ONET Online and U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics Occupational Outlook Handbook. Now compare your answers. As you go through the lessons, we'll review these statements. Let's get started on our first lesson, digital footprint.
Many employers look at applicants' social media profiles to determine how well these applicants will represent their organizations. After viewing this lesson, you'll understand how you can improve your social media presence. If you conducted the internet search, people who lost jobs over social media, your results would look something like this. As you can see, it is possible to lose a job over inappropriate, offensive posts. JobBite.com surveyed hundreds of recruiters about information posted on social media. This rubric categorizes information recruiters viewed as positive or negative and how severely negative items might offend and affect one's chance at employment. In a moment, review one of your social media accounts such as Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram and look for items you see in the rubric. Add and/or subtract points accordingly. For example, if I browse through one of my accounts and see posts related to the first column under positive sharing, work experience, work-related skills, and interpersonal skills, I have 6 points. I continue to browse and see divisive news that my friends have posted on my profile, I subtract 1 point, since it's considered negative sharing. I also see spelling errors. I subtract 3 more. My total is 2 points. Now take a few minutes to calculate your digital footprint through the eyes of an employer. Pause again to consider the recommended action to take in the right column based on your score. Keep the following 4 tips in mind while on your social media accounts. 1. Share more positive information. 2. Avoid sharing too much, especially information that is seen negatively. 3. Contribute to professional conversations you're familiar with. And 4. Proofread. Employers view your written work as an indication of your attention to detail. And remember, employers also make judgments on what your friends post. Reflect on: how well does your internet presence represent your future employer? If you were an employer, would you hire yourself after scrolling through your social media? To conclude, view your social media profiles as if you're an employer to avoid posting content that could harm your reputation. In the next lesson, we'll focus on the value of incorporating networking, connecting with others in your job search. Would you ask your friends and coworkers for recommendations if you're looking for a reliable auto mechanic? Or how about a good coffee shop or pizza? Networking professionally is like asking others for personal recommendations. At the end of this lesson, you will understand that you can build a network of people who can help you with your career goals based on common interests, skills, or experiences. Listen to one of our regional navigators, Cornelius, as he explains networking.
Sometimes, when looking for a job, sending out resumes and filling out applications just isn't enough. So, let's talk about networking. Networking is used by professionals to expand their circle of friends and acquaintances to find out about job opportunities. Most people find jobs through networking. Look at the network of people around you: your parents or guardians, neighbors, teachers, even fellow students. To maximize your network, tell people you're looking for a job and ask if they can help you, or if they know someone that is looking for a good talent. You may be surprised by the outcome.
Reflect on the following 3 questions to help you determine your networking plan. Think of associations, groups, clubs, volunteering, or any activities you are part of. How would you approach others in these settings to see if they can help? Start to think of friendly, positive ways you can mention you're looking for work to prepare yourself when the opportunity arises to ask for advice. If you haven't already, look through your phone and assess who you can confide in regarding your job search. Do you belong to any groups on social media? Consider how you can share your knowledge to develop trust with your online relationships. To conclude, incorporate more networking in your job search. A 2016 LinkedIn survey showed 85% of people found their job through networking, and networking outweighs applying directly to a job by 3 to 1. In our next lesson, we'll review how to make lasting impressions with closing statements.
A positive lasting impression can be influenced by how well you finish the interview with your closing statement. At the end of the lesson, you will know how to answer, "Do you have any questions?" and "Do you have anything else to add?" to leave a positive lasting impression. When you're asked, "Do you have any questions?" it usually means the interview is coming to an end. Reply by asking 1 or 2 questions to show your interest. 3 examples include: what is the biggest challenge in this position? What would employees say is the best part about working here? And what are your daily expectations of this position? A good rule of thumb is to ask questions on how you can contribute rather than what you can get out of the job. For instance, 2 questions not to ask are: how much does this job pay? And will I take a drug test? What questions would you ask? Pause to brainstorm on questions you might want to ask at the end of interviews. When the interviewer indicates the end, summarize why you are a good match by using information provided by the employer. You shared that you are looking for. This is the information provided by the employer. I have. This is your information that addresses what the employer is looking for. End your closing statement by showing interest and gratitude and asking for business cards. Let's say I'm an interviewer and my friend and coworker Tiffany is an applicant. We've just discussed, "Do you have any questions?" and we're ready to end the interview. Listen to how natural Tiffany sounds with the script you see here. Tiffany, Do you have anything else to add?
Yes. You shared that you're looking for someone with 3 years customer service experience, familiar with CRM systems and practices, and a track record of overachieving. I have 5 years customer service experience, 2 years working with customer insight system, and 2 awards for surpassing call intake volume. I'm very interested in working for your company. Thank you for meeting with me today, and I look forward to hearing from you. May I have your business card?
Does this template look familiar? It's the one we used to write the closing statement that you just heard from Tiffany. Use as a guide to draft your closing statements. Customize to each job's requirements into your speaking style. And after writing out your drafts, to build confidence in your interviewing skills, practice reading your answers out loud until you can recite them without a script. As you practice, listen to ensure you sound natural. Consider rehearsing with someone in your professional network. We recommend you pause to draft one now. Utilize these 6 tips to leave a positive, lasting impression. Be courteous with receptionists and all you meet because employers might ask them what they think about you. Make eye contact without staring. Remember and repeat names to show you're listening. Thank everyone you meet for their time and hospitality, the interviewer and assistants or admin staff. Express interest in your closing statement. And 6, collect business cards for follow-up. Your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after having an experience with you becomes your trademark. To conclude, reflect more on this topic. First, think about the people who have made a lasting impression on you. What qualities, positive or negative, do you remember about them? Next, reflect on the question, what would others say about you? In the next lesson, we continue with the topic of lasting impressions, how to write thank you notes.
Thank you notes can reiterate your interest in the job and show your enthusiasm. Sending thank you letters can also keep you at the forefront of the decision maker, especially if it's sent within 24 hours of the interview. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to write your own thank you letters. First, let's listen to Tiffany's personal thank you note story.
At the start of my career, my very first job interview in leasing and property management, I knew someone that applied for the job, and she was highly qualified. I was only entry level. I knew I had no chance in getting that job. But to my surprise, I was chosen. So later, out of curiosity, I asked Miss Kim, the property manager, why me? Why did you choose me? She said, Tiffany, you were the only applicant that sent a thank you letter. And that was an indication that you will follow up with our clientele. And as you know, in sales, this is very important. So for me, moving forward, I've always sent out a thank you letter and a thank you email in a timely manner when it came to an interview, when it came to networking. And this has helped me in my career professionally, and it also helped me personally. Now let's use this template to write a thank you note. Dear Mrs. Miss Mr. Last name. Dear Miss Landry. First, express appreciation and remind the interviewer of the date interviewed on and position interviewed for. Thank you for meeting with me on Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020, regarding the Relations Manager position at Comfort Inn. Next, include information you didn't mention in the interview. I thought about what Michael said concerning feedback on your social media channels. In my last job as Guest Relations Manager, personally responding to comments on social media increased repeat business. By the way, you're right about Luke's coffee. Delicious. Confirm your interests. State that you're looking forward to hearing from the interviewer. I'm excited to be considered for this role, and I look forward to hearing from you. Respectfully or sincerely, your first, last name, phone, professional email. Notice how the writer included a moment in the interview, the last sentence in the second paragraph. By the way, you're right about Luke's coffee. Delicious. Personalizing your notes and emails can help the interviewer remember you. Pause to draft a thank you note to a recent interviewer or networking contact. Well-written thank you notes and emails are always welcome. Think about times you received a thank you letter. How did it make you feel? Keep these 4 tips in mind. Send thank you notes in a timely manner, ideally within 24 hours. Send to interviewers and others who helped you along the way. Consider emailing. If you do, include thank you for the interview on the date in the subject line. And 4, briefly reaffirm how you can contribute, referring to the information the interviewer mentioned in the interview. To conclude, practice handwriting thank you notes or draft thank you emails for different recipients, such as employers, colleagues, and friends. Decision makers tend to remember those who send notes of appreciation, especially when received within 24 hours of the interview. In the next lesson, we'll review negotiating salary and benefits.
In the words of John F. Kennedy, let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. At the end of this lesson, you'll understand the basis of negotiating salary and benefits and responding to offers. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Attributed to Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca. Here are 4 tips to help you respond to offers. Research anything you can about your occupation. Do a budget to determine your minimum acceptable salary. Know your value. Research wages and median pay on onetonline.org and U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics listed in resources. And prepare relevant accomplishment statements that demonstrate your value. 4. Keep in mind your career and family goals, as well as your values and beliefs when preparing to respond to offers. 4 tips to receiving an offer. Be professional and maintain your composure. Thank the employer. Listen closely to what is being offered and clarify when necessary. And 4, suggest a reasonable time frame for providing your response. Since you've done your research, ask for 2 or 3 days. And lastly, these 4 tips will help you when responding to the offer. 1. Be flexible. Is the offer within your minimum acceptable salary? 2. Ask for all compensation and employee benefits at the same time. 3. Focus on the total package, the pluses and the minuses, the benefits and the salary, all that's included in the offer. And 4. Be prepared to decline. Do not enter into negotiations unless there is a good chance of accepting the offer. If it's not right for you, be honest. To conclude, build your confidence with negotiating. You'll begin to look forward to the job search process rather than dreading it when you know your worth, prepare, and practice. We hope these lessons inspire you to get excited about your job search.
Now let's check your understanding of the lessons. Surveys indicate more than 80% of people find work through networking. True. When asked, do you have any questions? Reply with 1 or 2 that show that you're more interested in the work than the benefits. True. Send thank you notes within 24 hours of the interview. True. To feel confident interviewing and negotiating, know your worth, your needs, and prepare and practice. True. Feel free to view these lessons anytime to refresh your knowledge. Wish you all the best in your job search. To your success, Workforce Solutions. The following is a list of helpful websites. At www.wrksolutions.com, you'll find information on career exploration, job search, financial aid, and career advice on blogforce.wrksolutions.com. WorkInTexas.com offers immediate and continuous access to job matching services. On Career One Stop, you can explore careers, find training, local help, and job search resources. Use ONET to find jobs that fit your interests, skills, and experience, and explore career profiles, wages, and employment trends. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics provides resources to explore careers and find a job. Take a moment to visit these websites. You may want to bookmark or save to your favorites for future reference.